Hello again, friends. Today we are taking a look at a McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figure. It's Superman the Infected. So, Superman the Infected is, well, he might be an infected superhero, or he might just be faking it, because the Infected are these superheroes who have succumbed to the Batman Who Laughs batarangs, which are like tailor-made to the specific DNA of superheroes, and I think Superman was just pretending at first, but then, there may have been a batarang that was tailor-made to Superman's DNA, and it might have gotten him. So, who knows? Don't ask me who the Batman Who Laughs even is, and don't ask me where these batarangs came from. I didn't read all the stories. I just read the one that was relevant to this figure, and it's a little confusing to say the least. All that we really need to know is that this is a Superman who has been infected by a supervillain Joker-esque character, and he's pretty much a Jokerized Superman. I mean, look at that face. That is Jokerized evil Superman. In fact, he could pretty much pass for Bizarro because he's got a purple costume thing going on, and it's pretty darn purple, actually. But first thing I want to mention with this figure, he is very difficult to stand up. I had to set him on the little DC Comics stand that he came included with just to get him to stand up. Because if we take a look at it, I can't see his feet quite right now. There you go. I don't know what it is. If the ankle joints are just a little too specific, I've done all sorts of things to play with the hips and the knees, rotating the thighs and the ankle joints, and as much as I can, and I just, he'll either fall forward or he'll fall backward, and I cannot deal with it at this point. So if he needs to stand up during this review, he's using the stand, which means it's not a useful accessory for once. But we'll get to that when we get to the accessories. Actual sculpt on this guy, man, that face is cool looking. That is a Joker face on a Superman. That looks really cool. I especially if you look underneath the smile, where the flesh is stretching because he's smiling so hard, like a Joker Venom. I mean, I don't think it's Joker Venom in the story, but it's just an action figure, and we're just gonna roll with it. He's a Joker infected Superman. That's what he's been infected with. The little cracks above the eyes are pretty cool looking too. I mean, this is clearly an evil character, right? The cracks aren't quite sculpted, unfortunately, but I love the little, spit curl they got sculpted on the top of the hair there. It's like a little separate piece they glued in. I think it really does suit Superman well. Also suiting him really well for his evil look is this cape. And man, this is made of some nice flexible material. It is a really soft, thin, flexible cape, and it's got a bunch of holes in it, so I'm not worried that it'll, rip if I'm rough with it or something, but it looks so cool the way it's billowing in the breeze and has a bunch of holes in it. There's no denying that's an evil looking Superman cape, right? Very cool sculpt on the cape. Hands he comes packaged with are just fists. Thankfully, no trigger fingers. I mean, he gets alternate hands, but they're not trigger fingers. We'll look at those when we get to the accessories. I like how the cape comes forward, tucks in. The S is sculpted. I'm not sure how I feel about the little bit of the S that hangs at the bottom. It almost feels it's more appropriate for a villainy Superman to be a little more disorganized, but I mean, this is just the S that they used before, I think. I've seen this on other Superman figures from McFarlane, and it does look a little odd how it just dribbles. It's a liquid S that's kind of melting at the bottom there, you know what I mean? Instead of coming to a hard, firm point like the other corners do. Still, S is sculpted even on the inside of the diamond. That's nice. And this is not the standard Superman body. This is actually a bulkier body, which I think fits Superman a bit better, honestly. If we come up with a standard body, yeah, I mean, they're both buff, but this Superman on the left's a lot more slender, and this one's a lot more barrel-chested, and I kind of prefer that look for Superman, actually. The knees are even looking a bit better on the infected Superman over here. I'm digging all these kinds of improvements to the sculpt. I mean, boots are sculpted as we'd expect. Even the lip is sculpted in there. Little wrinkles where the ankles are and the boots are sculpted. Good details all around. I like these little seam lines they've added, and little cufflink things at the end of the costume. It's pretty good sculpt. I mean, the face is really what sells it. Man, the fact they sculpted those lips and the teeth individually, looks pretty darn good, if you ask me. Same thing goes for the paint. I mean, paint's pretty good overall, but the face paint is what sells it for the most part. Love the sort of messy red lipstick they got, and then the dirtiness in the teeth, and then I don't know, they got the whites of the eyes so bright, but I think they might have gotten a little heavy-handed with the eyeshadow stuff, but I mean, he's an infected evil Superman villain. They can't go too heavy-handed, really. The hair could have been a glossier black. It's just, sort of normal black. And then the skin. I like how it's a pale gray skin, and, he can pretty much pass for a Bizarro, which, speaking of which, I think that's why they went with the purple on the costume, because if you look at the book, like, I think he's still got a normal blue costume. It's just like he's in red lighting sometimes from like killing guys and blood spraying everywhere, or just dramatic red lighting. I don't know, but I don't think there's a story reason the costume's purple. They probably just went for a purple tone to make him look more evil, make him look more like Bizarro, because this guy's pretty much a good Bizarro stand-in, frankly. Paint's clean on the ass, clean on the belt, and the tights, and the boots. I guess maybe there could have been like a wash on the back of the cape. But I mean, it's not... You notice like they went full on purple with the bodysuit. But the red is also not the standard Superman red. Like, it is not nearly as bright, so that's kind of nice, actually. Same thing goes for the front. Like, different shades all over. Really good attention to detail with the sculpt and the paint. I like it so far. Articulation is pretty much exactly what we've gotten with Superman figures before. He can look up so far, down so far, get some very good side to side, and head goes all the way around in that ball joint. It can even pop off kind of easily. I don't know why it's a purple peg in there, since it's, you know, gray skin on gray skin there, but whatever. Shoulders are on those double ball cup things that gives him butterfly movement forward and back, and it gets above 90 there and can swivel all the way around. Cuts at the biceps and double elbows, get great range right there. That's something the first Superman didn't have. A standard Superman, he just had the single elbows, so I dare say this is a vast improvement, considering this is how far your normal Superman can bend his arm. Yet when he's infected, he gets greater articulation, I guess. There is a double ball wrist, can hinge both directions. You just have to rotate the ball first, of course, and swivels all the way around as well. Double ball joints in the torso, one at the diaphragm, one at the waist. Again, so far forward, so far back. Again, it's pretty darn good side to side, and he can spin all the way around there, and the waist can spin all the way around too. It's just a little bit stiffer because the rubber tights right there, but those rubber tights, thankfully, let him get that leg a bit far back. Can also go pretty far forward, almost to 90, about 90, I would say. And then he can do the splits. Very good amount. I think that's plenty. They don't have a normal thigh swivel, but they do get a little bit of rotation, like so. Then there are double knees, which don't get as much range as the double arms for some reason. And then there's the ball joint at the ankle. Can get lateral movement too, and hinged toes. Excellent articulation. We're just missing those thigh swivels as usual per McFarlane. Infected Superman's packaging is pretty much the same as all the other McFarlane DC Multiverse packaging we've seen, only wider to fit these two legs for the Build-A-Figure of the Merciless, which I'm not going to do because, I mean, the other figure's in the way to get him look kind of weird, like you got a Robin who's the Joker's slave. I mean, let's just see like the Joker there in his weird mask, but it's like it says Robin, and there's the Robin, and he's the Joker's slave there, and a Batman Dark Metal, Batman Death Metal, Dark Knights Dark Metal. One of the metal figures that are always, you know, weird, outlandish, rock and roll designs that Tom McFarlane seems to like. And then another Man Who Laughs Batman, which with wings this time, and it's like just such odd designs, and we really get our classic characters, at least our classic characters, done super well. Like, this could have been a Bizarro, and we would have been very happy, but it's a cool looking Superman that pretty much passes as Bizarro anyway. On the side, it just says Superman there. The other side, though, it says Superman the Infected, which I don't think is the name of the comic. I'll have to look at the collector card that has this artwork in there in the back. Let's see what it says. It says Batman Superman #2, which, you know, I don't think the name of the story is The Infected, but whatever. It says same old McFarlane toys up at the top and 22 points of articulation, or moving parts as McFarlane likes to call them, and, you know, not always true, but they just slap that on top of every box. Speaking of which, let's open it with 1, 2, 3 pieces of tape up top and slide this guy on out. Same insert art we've seen before, just made a little bit bigger to accommodate the bigger packaging this time. And do my eyes deceive me? No twist eyes? Yes, they do. There's a tie right around his waist right there, and we've got to cut that off before we can get him out. And doing so makes him very nervous because it's super close to the figure. Well, that's one, but they doubled it up for some reason. Try to get it out. Wow, that's hard to do, but once you do it, you gotta be careful with the cape, because it's gotta slot through that little plastic piece. Oh man, I tell ya, Companies have got to find a better way to package capes because I am so concerned I am going to rip it off every time I pull it through some tiny plastic window. Packaging could be a bit easier to open, McFarlane, but I mean, it gets the job done. It's alright. For accessories, Superman the Infected comes with a standard DC Multiverse base from McFarlane, which is not totally useless for once because this guy's very hard to stand up without said base, so I'm just going to prop him on it right there. Then he comes with the trading card, which is not a cover art for once, but interior artwork from Batman Superman #2 by David Marquez, and that story was not called The Infected, it was actually called Who Are the Secret Six, but yeah, he's Superman the Infected. They call some of the superheroes who get infected in that, the Infected. Then he comes with 2 legs for the Merciless Build-A-Figure, and they're kind of a shiny, nice blue, but I'm not going to build that Build-A-Figure, so we're just going to set those guys aside. And then 2 really awesome gripping alternate hands that are, they're gripping, but they're also like evil grips. Like, man, those are bony, cool hands for the Infected Superman. Let's pop them on him and see how they look right now, actually, because that's pretty much it for accessories. Like, yeah, the base, everyone comes with that, and the trading card I pretty much just throw away, and the Build-A-Figure I'm not going to build, so that hand popped off very easy. And so did that one. Now let's get these guys on. Got left hand and a right hand, and they pop on and off easy enough, which is good. I like that, and man, do I like the pose on these. I mean, at least this isn't a Superman who came with trigger fingers for once, am I right? I mean, well, this is an evil Superman, so it'd actually be a little more understandable, but these hands speak evil way more than trigger finger. I mean, that's kind of a trigger finger right there, isn't it? Like, these are some cool looking evil, I'm gonna get you and grip you hands. They're pretty much the only accessories I really care about. I mean, the stand is a nice inclusion because, like, he actually needs it for once because I cannot for the life of me get him to stand up on his own without it. But other than that, the hands are pretty much the best part. And if you're interested in the Merciless figure, I guess you gotta get him for the legs, but we could definitely do with a bit more accessories, but he's Superman. What accessories does he really need? Scale time, the Infected Superman stands at roughly 7 inches or 18 centimeters tall. As always, here he is with my 6-inch Batman and Spider-Man figures. But who I was really excited to compare him to were the other McFarlane Supermen we've gotten, the standard Action Comics 1000 Superman on the left and the Red Sun Superman on the right. And, I gotta say, honestly, the, Infected Superman in the middle with the bulkier body, he might sort of stand a bit shorter, like he's kind of squatting or something, but I really do prefer that body for a standard Superman than the one we got on the standard Superman on the left and the Red Sun Superman on the right. Like, I think they should just, like, reuse this body, put that guy's head on, and, like, make that a standard looking Superman, really. Do I ultimately recommend the McFarlane Superman the Infected figure, friends? Well, heck yeah, I do. He's a better Superman figure than the Superman figures McFarlane's been putting out. Honestly, this is probably one of the best McFarlane DC figures so far, I think. But, I mean, still, would be nice if he could, stand up on his own, and accessories are a bit light. Like, frankly, I only found the hands, like, really useful. I mean, the stand's only useful because, like, he can't stand up on his own, but that's not really a plus. That's really, like, a minus most of the time. The stands are useless, and I wish the stand were useless with him because that would make him a bit better, but still, as he is, he's a terrific Superman figure, or figure of any kind. Heck, I'd say go out and buy 2. Use another one to make a custom Superman that's really rocking. Because this is a perfect body. It's got great sculpt for Superman. Really good paint. Best articulation we could hope for, I think. So I say go out and get him, and until next time, peace out, YouTube.